A radical question that's pretty much as old as mankind itself is, how do I love myself more, especially unconditionally? So I challenge you to think of a baby, a newborn baby. And humans are one of the few species on Earth that babies are essentially born prematurely. If you think of other animals, for the most part, they can come out walking, for the most part, not all. But babies have a complete and utter total dependence on their parents to be able to survive. They literally have no ability to do anything to earn love. Yet their innocence and purity makes them one of the most loved creatures on earth. For most adults, what I've seen, the quickest path to learn how to self love is to start with the beginning. You want to start to understand that you were once that baby. And at some point, something happened, whether you did something or a reaction or something happened to you where you felt like, oh, I'm bad. I must have been loved less. And you start to get that feeling of you're not good enough and you have to start to earn that love and you carry that shame. Sitting in that shame and sitting in that fear and learning how to journal and talk about it is the part of healing that a lot of people want to run away from. But that's where it actually starts. Now, it's probably going to take some professional help, but at least you know where to start. You don't have to figure it out all alone. And in fact, a lot of major religions on this world talk about this childlike state of going back to that pure self. So, a couple examples of this that I have pulled up in Buddhism, they have the metta, which is that intentionally direct compassion for yourself in the same way a small child might have. It's that beginner's mindset around Zen, where you have an approach to life of curiosity and innocence. It's kind of childlike. In Hinduism, you have that Atman, where you're beyond ego, you're beyond adulthood rules, and there's a pure, untouched part of you that's similar to a child. You have the bhakti, which is that devotional love, kind of like the having a devotion of God to the heart of a child. In Islam, you have the fitra, which is like that original purity, where we're all born in a state of purity and goodness and natural orientation towards God. And Muhammad talked about having the gentleness and compassion and not burdening yourself beyond the capacity that you have, and have that talco. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's that childlike trust in God. And then in Christianity, you have being born again, literally being born again. And Jesus talks about childlike faith. So these religions point to something that it goes back to the beginning. So how did this circle back to you? How do you love yourself more? My 2 cents, you start with the beginning. Know that you were once that baby that had to do nothing to earn love, and start with the messages and the events that happened that made you think that you needed to earn it at some point, and go from there. I needed professional help. Maybe you might too, but it's a place to begin.